Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, one of the greatest. This is not a speech directly about me. So, I started out right with that. Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Joe Montana, Wayne Gretzky. These are all names that people use when they're talking about the greatest athletes of all time. In fact, Michael Jordan's name is so synonymous with greatness that people say someone is the Michael Jordan of something. So it's an adjective, like, excuse me, like if you go to a used car salesman, they'll say someone is the Michael Jordan of used car salesman. If you get your lawn done, someone is the Michael Jordan of landscapers. So there's another name that I would like to have added to this list, and that name is usually left out because of the area that we live in. And you can see probably where I'm going with this. This individual was a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, which is we got a fan back there, which is a team in Wisconsin, and they're bitter rivals to the Chicago Bears, making him the most hated man in Illinois. And this individual's name is Brett Favre. Now, there's a few reasons why Brett Favre should be in this conversation. Some of them, one reason might be a little bit different than what you think. But unfortunately, to start this off, we do have to discuss the stats that he's accumulated over his career. I'm not a stat guy. I like just watching football games. But when you have that conversation of who's the greatest, you have to throw in statistics. So I'm going to start with a little bit about Brett Favre and then go into his stats and then go into my final point why he actually is the greatest. Brett Favre was traded from the Atlanta Falcons to the Green Bay Packers, and he played in Green Bay for 16 years. So those are the years I was a fan. Before he retired, he did some time in Minnesota and with the New York Jets. And here's where the stats kick in. Upon retirement, he held or co-owned 391 different NFL records, which that's pretty huge. He had 3 consecutive MVP honors, went to the Super Bowl twice, won one of them, and but probably his biggest record that's most well known, not throughout sports, not just the NFL, is the fact that he had 297 consecutive career starts, which this day and age with concussions and other injuries, that's huge and absolutely doesn't happen anymore. One of his biggest games and most memorable is the game that he had after his father passed away. His father passed away unexpectedly while driving in Louisiana on a Sunday night, and Brett Favre and the Packers had to play in Oakland the next Monday. So there was speculation all day on whether Brett was going to play or not, if he was even going to show up. And he showed up and he threw for 399 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is huge for a quarterback. That's a great game. Now that the stats are done, I want to tell the real story why I really think he's the best. I got to see this firsthand. There was a time when the Chicago Bears were renovating Soldier Field. And during that time, they played their games in Memorial Stadium in Champaign. I got to see the Chicago Green Bay Monday night, and I was watching the game, and I don't know if this happens anymore, but during television timeouts, the quarterback is not allowed to kind of fraternize with the rest of his team. So they're not doing like any extra strategy or stuff like that.
Ooh.
And so Brett Favre was just kind of standing there, not doing anything, kind of kicking, just doing board stuff. And the crowd starts a chant, and the chant was casting aspersion on Brett Favre. And the chant they start going, Brett Favre sucks. Brett Favre sucks, and they just kept chanting and chanting. And I was watching this and I thought, oh my God, if that was happening to me, I don't know what I would do. Like I would just be devastated if this many people were chanting that I would suck. Then I thought, what is going through his head? And he's just standing there and the chant continues. And then pretty soon Brett Favre starts going, getting the crowd to go louder. And 2 plays later, he throws a 60-yard touchdown pass and just walks off the field. No cheering, no celebration, just leaves. And just talking about that actually gives me the chills right now, because I think that transcends football. There's something to the idea of what he did that I take into my regular life now. Like if I feel like the world has got my back up against the wall and I'm just getting pounded with stuff, or 60,000 people are chanting that I suck, I think of what he did, basically mocking a whole crowd of people and telling them, is that all you got? You can get a little louder, I can take it. And then throwing a touchdown pass and just walking off the field. And I think of that every time now, so I really use that situation. So next time you're at a party or something like that, and there's that inevitable conversation about who's the greatest, please just go up and interject Brett Favre's name. And I'm not saying that you should do this for sure, because I'm also a Michael Jordan fan, but sometimes maybe try to use Brett Favre as an adjective as well. Thank you very much.